Well, we've reached the idiocracy. Take a listen to this text from Stoney's friend. Oh, Stoney's here because Rico Beard is having an Eclipse party.
Yes, and it's not from Lenny. It's from a friend named Kenny. He says, you guys not stepping out for the Eclipse?
No, because we're working.
I said, why? He said, ha, 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 because everyone else is. I said, it's fricking. I didn't use the word fricking. Stupid. He says, I know, but it's cool for like 5 to 10 seconds. I said, well, I'm watching it on TV. He goes, you may see it darken out your window. He goes, maybe I'll try to go out naked and just go blind. Half blind anyway, and deaf.
All right, it's official. Stoney hangs out with a moron. All right, so.
He's a Spartan.
He could. We let lots of morons in, including a guy to coach the football team at one point. So let me.
Which one?
Okay, let's get to it.
Muddy, John L.,
I know.
Bobby.
I know. Here, you want it? You got it. I don't care. Nope, that's not it. All right, let me just move on.
Yes.
Wrong button. I think I have something that's less entertaining than the Eclipse. It's your Detroit Tigers.
Oh, no, you mean the 6-3 Tigers?
Yeah, see, you know what that is? That's stats for dummies. Because the whole, let me say this. I want to give a PSA. This is not a shot at Doug. This is not a shot at Doug. This is not a shot at Doug. We view the world differently. I heard Doug talking about this thing. Not a shot at Doug. And it was, I don't care how they win. I just care that they win. And I'm like, okay, tremendous. Except the way they're winning is wholly unsustainable and even more offensive, not entertaining. In fact, it's actually abhorrent to watch.
It would be different if those 6 wins were against, I don't know,
teams with
Texas
pulse.
Rangers, teams like that, good teams, the Astros, whatever. I don't even know what those records are, but you know what you're right, good teams. The offense is cliche offensive.
Right, I mean, so here's your offense in 9-inning games this year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
1 run, 3 runs, 1 run. 5, 0, 1. They are scoring less than 2 runs per 9 innings. Okay, congrats, you erupted in the 10th inning of a game. Watching these games, including losing 2 of 3 to the A's, who are a disgrace to all sports. My problem is this. This is not an opinion about 9 games. This is now an opinion of 5 years. And it's also, if you want a shorter term thing, it's the entire year plus now of the Scott Harris regime. In my world, we're 173 games into this, 172, whatever it is. The offense was garbage last year. They decided to play smartest guy in the room and do nothing offensively of note this offseason, mocking essentially any of us who wanted them to, spend money. And now the byproduct as we start this year is Torque stinks again. Riley Green is and you got a bunch of players who stink. You cannot watch this.
Their slugging percentage is .337, which is 24th in the league. The other of the lowest 19 slugging percentages in the league, the Tigers are the only one that has a winning record.
Right, because it's fake, because they've played the worst teams in the sport. And again, can it turn? Could we be here in 14 days and they could explode and we could feel better about ourselves and Torque could be on a 9-game win streak? Yes, but here's what I don't do. And Stoney, I'm sure you have your own opinion on it. I don't do let it play out radio. We're here now. And I feel like I'm watching a carbon copy of last season because the pitching will be good and the bullpen will be good. But you're not going to get to 90 wins scoring 2 runs a game.
No, you're absolutely not.
It's awful.
And, in fairness to Scott Harris and the administration, and I don't know if it's fair or not, but I think that they knew the offensive problems that they had, and they wanted another year in their minds of develop, whether it's in Toledo or Erie, whatever, and then see what you got. Give the kids another year where they're not going to spend money on the Chapmans, the JDs, which I disagree with on JD Martinez. Now, if you care about OPS, the guys who have the best OPS on this team, there's 2 of them that are 800 or more, and that's
Canna's one.
Canna and Urshela are the other ones, and Carson Kelly is 3rd. So the guys that they've picked up OPS-wise, have been okay. It's just they have, I think every home run, I believe, I could be wrong, has been a solo home run. The biggest issue here I have is not who they picked up and who they didn't pick up. Because we can argue that for a long time, and especially if Max Clark never develops in anything, and Langford does.
Wyatt Langford couldn't be in this lineup playing every day.
Okay, I get all that.
I want to apologize to you.
No, the biggest problem I have is Torque and Meadows and even Riley Green to a lesser extent. These are supposedly your core of your team, and they're not getting any better. That's the biggest problem to me. Because if they were producing, then the guys that they have, your Frankenstein at third, whatever you want to call them, they wouldn't look as bad. In fact, even McKinstry, his batting average blows, but his OPS is 734.
Right.
They are following the organizational mantra of working counts, getting on base. Unfortunately, they have the power of, I don't know, idiots who are watching the Eclipse, which means none.
I think my issue, and I'll throw the number out, 248-539-9797. My issue is the division's wide open.
Yeah.
And you're not trying. You can talk about we want to develop, we think we've got answers down on the farm, and they might. But that's for 2025 and 26 and 27. That has nothing to do with right now. And none of the deals we talked about, whether it was a JD, whether it's a Chapman, whether it's making a trade, whether it was any of these other things, none of these deals that we were talking about were 3, 4, 5-year commitments.
And
None.
You can argue the money that they spent on Flaherty and Maeda, which doesn't look real good right now.
I didn't want Flaherty.
They could have spent on the guys that you've mentioned and have Manning have one of the spots on the rotation.
Right. And look, Mike, here's the thing. This is what drives me nuts about it. It really irks me. When we talk about these things, we want to make it this binary thing where it's this or that, and you can run parallel paths. There is no issue. When you have young players that need to develop, they need help. Do you know what Colt Keith needs? Help.
Right.
Torque needs help. Do you know what help is? It's a veteran bat. It's taking the pressure off. It's putting someone behind Torkelson that people really don't want to face. Or it's putting someone that extends that lineup in a meaningful manner. What I get so tired of is we have sat here, and it's not Scott Harris's fault, but it is his problem. And what I'm saying is, when you have entered a situation where the team's been irrelevant for a decade, it is not your fault, but it is your inherited problem. I do not sit here and simply reset the clock every time someone takes over. No, I don't find it acceptable if they're kicking the can down the road for some day far away where we'll spend or we'll be decent again. Like, Mike, division's right there for them.
Yeah, it is. Especially over the weekend, Cleveland lost their best pitcher.
Shane Bieber. I would love to know from people. And I understand. I totally understand. They're 6-3 and it's 9 games. Nobody is ready to launch themselves to the moon. But what I'm not having is fun. Because even if they win, it is make your eyes bleed baseball. I mean, they won a game in 11 against the Mets. It was scoreless through 9. You couldn't hit Sean Manaea. Are you kidding me?
Now, you would agree, though, taking the entertainment value, you'd rather win 1-0 than lose 7-6.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Just want to make sure.
But I think you agree, and you're smart enough, you know the game, you are not winning this one.
No.
This is not sustainable.
No, unless you have a pitching staff of, Scherzer and Verlander in their primes and as good as, we think Skubal will be and all the other guys.
The only guy they have right now that I'm convinced is a Cy Young caliber elite arm is Skubal.
Right.
Everything else is up for grabs.
Right.
I am willing to give organizationally the benefit of the doubt because of the work in the past that Chris Fetter has done, because of the amount of arms they have. I believe the pitching will be good enough. I can say that. And I think Scott Harris has done a good job cobbling a pen together. We're good.
Yes.
But offensively, this is dreck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's just awful to watch.
There's no doubt about it.
248-539-9797.
Excuse me, Mike. In Cleveland, we're 112 away from totality, which means, and we look out the window kind of here. And
hey, look, it's dark.
It is getting really, really dark.
Wow. Almost wish I took the day off to just look at the sky.
No, you don't want to look at the sky.
Yeah, that's Rico right now.
Yeah, look, we love sports. We want to win. We get all that. But part of it
You know what it is?
is entertainment.
I want to help you. This right here. This is my issue with this town. Right here. There is no demand on this baseball
Well,
team.
they're outside looking at the sun.
The hell they are. 95% of people are where they need to be. Work. There's no demand on this town. This organization skates. There is no pressure. There has not been a demand since the days of Leland. And even then, it was the hardest of hardcore baseball fans who wanted to call in and talk about a bullpen decision or talk about a lineup. Like
That's
year,
what baseball's about.
right? But last year I
Second-guessing
went
pitching.
insane when AJ was batting by as cleanup for no reason, and it's like people look at you like you're an alien. Like 9 games in, this offense is awful.
And don't you think if spring training means anything, and I don't know if it does or not.
Torque was like 5 for 50.
That's my point. They couldn't hit in spring training, a lot of these guys. But hey, everything's going to be cool because Wenceel Perez got called up.
Now hold on.
We have to find out why.
Now here's the interesting part. He is a shortstop, second baseman.
Right. He's been playing a little outfield.
What it means is either someone's hurt or someone has to step away from the team for, I don't know, a personal situation, a family situation. Is somebody having a baby? Did somebody die? I don't know. God forbid someone got in trouble. I'm not saying that. I'm making a point.
Or what about 3 magic letters?
DFA?
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, how do you DFA a guy with like a 200 OPS? How could you? Elite value. No, I don't think they would
Fielding has been stellar this season.
I don't think they would make that decision 9 games into the year.
No, probably not.
So I do wonder. I wonder exactly what the Perez news is, because you're going to call him up to play him.
Well, he's not playing tonight, according to MLB.com. It's Meadows, Green, Torque, Carpenter, Keith, Vierling, Baez, McKinstry, Rogers.
So then why are you calling him up?
I don't know. AJ's going to speak at about 4 o'clock, so hopefully we'll find out.
Okay, I'm sure he's in a cornfield watching the Eclipse as well.
Yes.
Wasted time. You're hearing The Godfather because Rico's hosting an Eclipse party. Can you imagine? 248-539-9797. I want to get to your phone calls. I'm just kidding. There aren't any, because you don't know your elbow from your bleep hole when it comes to baseball.